Let's clear up a myth that's hurting more professionals than it's helping. You can't fake confidence. You have to earn it. How? By becoming more competent. Because the fastest way to stop second guessing yourself is to know that you've done all your work correctly, to know you've exceeded expectations. Hey bookkeepers, it's Trudy at Maven. Confidence isn't a mood. It's the result of repeated, proven, practiced action. The more competent you are, the more predictable your results become. And that predictability is what builds trust, first with your clients and then with yourself. So if you're feeling nervous and unsteady or like you're a fraud, don't reach for a mindset book. Instead, reach for a system, a skill, or a script and put that into action. Let me tell you what I mean. Here's an example. One is a sales call. If you avoid sales calls because they make you sweat, then learn the framework, the script openers, and rehearse the flow. Confidence will follow when you know exactly what to say and when to say it. For flawless onboarding, if you're feeling like you're winging it every time you talk to a new client, build an onboarding checklist and use templated forms and automate your confirmations. Competence here builds trust from the very first email. And I'm going to toot a little bit of Maven's horn here because our app has a client self-onboarding system that is truly one of a kind. Very cool indeed. So make sure you subscribe right this minute, hit that bell so that you don't miss our big launch. Reporting. If you freeze when a client says, what the heck does this number mean? Then take some time to study the key performance indicators, KPIs, common ratios, and how to turn the numbers into stories that lead the client down that path of understanding so that they can set new goals and new metrics for success. Confidence is knowing you didn't just put data in, you explained it like a pro. Workflow optimization. If you're overwhelmed by chaos, map your weekly tasks, identify the repeatables, create systems, block time like it's sacred. The more you honor your own systems, the more stable and grounded you feel, especially under pressure. You have to be prepared for everything and anything, so you do need to find ways to stay organized and on top of every task. So obviously we'd love you to look to Maven here because task management is our jam, but the point is there are tools and you need to use them. Find what works for you, look for systems that allow you to grow and scale. Setting boundaries without guilt. If you're afraid to say no or push back on a client request, practice boundary scripts, role play with a friend, because confidence isn't just technical, it's emotional. And competence includes the courage to communicate clearly. Now, saying no is a skill set on its own, and many of us don't naturally find our path to that until we turn 50. I'm assuming that that's because the reality that your time on the planet is limited and subsequently you're less willing to waste any of it. But at any rate, assuming that you're not even close to 50, then you really may want to practice saying no. Because once you learn to say it politely, but definitively, it will change your entire life for the better. Here's your next step. Pick the area where you feel the least confident and ask yourself, what skill do I need to improve right here? Then stack that skill until it becomes second nature. Educate yourself and never stop. In fact, your appetite for self-improvement and business development will shape your confidence because knowledge is power. At Maven, we don't just chase confidence, we build it with competence, consistency, and systems that work. So download the Skill Stack for Confidence checklist right here and choose where to level up next. And speaking of next, up next, strategic generosity. Did you know that the act of giving builds real-world success? Who knew? Check that out. We'll see you there.